All right, guys, I am back. Tonight I will be installing some polycarbonate plates to protect the lights that I installed in the enclosure, as well as testing this thing for leaks finally. And I'm gonna actually, while I test it for leaks, I figured if I'm gonna run it, might as well build something. So I got a little project coming up for you. Check it out. Pretend you saw me hang 4 of those pieces of polycarbonate. And there they are. I think they turned out pretty good for not measuring and kind of just eyeballing it and just getting something up there. It took maybe an hour, hour and a half to get them drilled and everything up there. Mounting them, especially these side ones, was kind of tricky because I just had to like reach in there and put enough pressure on the drill to go through the aluminum. So it's a little sporty, but it works. All right, folks, well, here goes nothing. Check it out. So I'm just doing a set of soft jaws to start this project off. So fresh set, all ready to go. And just in case, I've got some sheets laid down. We will see. If I was predicting, I would say it's gonna leak along this seam. I do have like a 2-inch overlap of metal, but yeah, we will see. From what I can tell, I'm actually a little surprised. This is angled down over here, but you can see it's, still not happy, and it's actually getting some drips off of it. But so far, like, ooh, right there, that's a good one. That's all I'm seeing so far. All right, guys, check it out. I just did a walk around, so I'm not trying to see all this through the lens of the camera, but I don't see anything coming out my front door seam, which is cool, because if I'm standing here, I don't want to be sprayed. One thing I really didn't expect, like, you can kind of see that there's a gap underneath the doors and whatnot, but the coolant actually hit like right here directly on that pan, and it was splashing up, and you can kind of see some of it probably on this bar here. Like, it was actually splashing up and out. So I might need some type of skirt on the bottom of my doors. So I think the biggest thing I got to do is just probably clean up that front lip there. And then I've got that Sikaflex. It's not the stuff that Haas uses though, it's the Home Depot stuff. So clean it up good and try that stuff out and see if that solves the problem. If not, I'll kind of go with the strategy I've had with you know, make everything geometry wise so that the coolant's going to run off of it and not leak. So that might be a redesign of these two pans down here. There you go. That form this bottom part. So I've got extra material, so, you know, not the worst thing in the world, but it might just need, you know, a little lip right there just to keep everything from running out. So overall, I am stoked because I thought this thing was going to leak in every corner. I was debating on getting buckets out because I thought it was going to leak so bad, and I talked myself down and said, you know, it's just going to splash a little. It'll be okay, Dallas. I know I've been focusing on the enclosure and not really the part, but these are the soft jaws I just cut. They turned out good. Went a little heavy on the chamfer. I just meant to kind of break the edge, but whoopsies. It'll still work. See, and you can see coolant it didn't get up high, so I didn't really get a chance to test the sealing, but it got, you know, all around. So corners are soaked. Sorry, my camera doesn't like all that aluminum reflection, but yeah, everything's pretty wet. So I think it was a decent test. I know every now and then the coolant hits the cutter right and it splashes like straight up at the ceiling. I've actually got marks on my ceiling, yeah, like right there from coolant coming out from the shower curtain days. So I guess that has yet to be tested. All right, so I'm gonna let that cut because I realize now that I'm taking a very conservative pass on that chamfer, and it is huge. I'm taking like 9 passes on each one, so that's gonna take a minute. I wanted to show you the next tool that's gonna be going in though. It is a key seat cutter. The whole purpose of them is to cut like keyways and crankshafts and drive shafts and crap like that. I'm gonna be using it just to cut a spot for like kind of an O-ring groove, I guess you could say. It's just gonna be kind of a groove inside this hole. So pucker factor is going to be pretty high on this one because, you know, I got some basic feeds and speeds off their website from the tool manufacturer, but I don't really know what I'm doing with this thing. So I tried to go extremely conservative. I'll put the feeds and speeds on it while I'm cutting it. Hold on. Hold on. So I didn't really tell you what I was making that whole time. So this is the finished product. I put a little seal in it. So that's what it is. I'll give you a second to guess. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a cap to put over that hole so coolant will stop leaking into the base of my mill. So after fighting this thing for like 10 minutes, it is in and it looks pretty good. It's just kind of sitting on top there, and it's a nice snug fit between the hose and the grommet, so I think it's gonna work well. Yes, this was a fun little part to make. Been thinking about it for like 6 or 8 months and just, you know, kept getting put on the back burner. So I'm glad to finally have it knocked out and to see that it actually, well, it looks like it's gonna work. Not gonna lie, after I made the first one and got the bushing or the O-ring and everything in there, I started to wonder if I'm actually gonna be able to get it on the hose and get the rubber seated in the aluminum all at the same time. I was like, man, how am I gonna actually put this thing together? So glad to see it actually went together. Took a lot of brute strength and finesse all at the same time to get it together, but looks like it'll work. And overall with the coolant situation, I am super excited. I don't know if it transfers on video that well, but even with the little bit of leaks in the front that I'm seeing and I showed you, I think I'm getting less on the ground than when I had the shower curtain working correctly. So yeah, I think I've already got an idea to fix the leaks in the front. That's probably even a little bit better than just putting sealant on it. So I don't think I'm gonna do it right away. I'll probably live with it. I kind of want to get this thing making some more chips. But yeah, that'll definitely happen. I can live with it in its current state, so that's super awesome. So that is about it for this week. I do want to say something. The channel is almost to 1,000 subscribers. I want to say thank you all for the support so far. It's really cool to meet all of you. There's a couple of you that I talk to pretty frequently in the comments, and I think it's really cool. I never expected to meet all the people on YouTube that I have. That wasn't even a thought when I started this channel. I just wanted to put out some cool stuff. But it has been one of the coolest and best benefits, one of the biggest benefits of doing this whole YouTube thing. So thank you all for that. Keep the comments coming. I love responding to them. I will see you next week.